Near Tampa. I'm kind of between Tampa and Orlando. So I'm about 650 miles from the house. I've been here for today 115 days, and just signed up for 170 more about 2 weeks ago. So I'm doing an extended stay program because this is my second time around, and the first time I left, I had the Lord in me, but I didn't realize how weak my flesh still was, so I had to go one more little roundabout. So. No, sir, not yet. So the Lord told me last time I was here before I left, don't go, but I was still having problems discerning the Spirit. And I had questions for our, counselors about it and stuff, but I still didn't heed it, and I knew. And I knew better. So to come back was not necessarily a surprise now that I'm growing with the Lord, because He's going to have His way one way or the other. His will be done, not ours. So I don't know if, Wes, were you able to get that? Okay. This right here was me. Yesterday was 1 year from that arrest date. And I just kind of did that to save a little time, because I guess in order to help you understand where someone's, you have to understand where someone's come from. And so that guy right there was on the path of a life of destruction. Yes. He was lost. He was doing the devil's will. He was, just absolutely tormented by voices. They wouldn't let me sleep at night. They were just talking all night long in my ears, and I'd probably be pretty much dead today. Now, about there's 3 dates that I remember very vividly in the past year. One was the day that I cried out to Jesus, and I was riding in my truck. I'd actually just gotten out of jail from that visit, and of course, like Proverbs says, dog returns to his vomit. So I did. And I went right back, and I remember that day I didn't want to do it, but I just found my truck, headed that way again, and so I went and picked it up, and I was heading back to the house, and I started the Spirit just came over me, and I just started bawling my eyes out, and I cried out to God, and I said, God, take my life or take this from me, because I'm done. I can't do it no more. And He answered, because 30 days later or so, after being on the waiting list and everything, I made it up here to Bethel Colony, which I was kind of recommended by a family member who came through 15 years ago. And so I got up here and everything, and I remember the first day I got here, Pastor Richie actually found me in the study hall and said, how are your fruits? And I was like, good. And he says, but I had no idea what he meant by that, just, yeah. And so now I've come to understand what he meant by that. Yeah, yes, sorry. He asked if I was saved, and I said, yes, sir. And he says, well, how's your fruit? And at that point I knew I probably wasn't. I didn't understand what he asked me. And I found out shortly after that, the second occasion that I remembered was the day that I got saved, which was at Bethel Colony. I committed my life to Jesus on March 28th of this year. And it hasn't been the same since. I'm telling you, you get hungry for the Word, like it says in 1 Peter, desire the pure milk of the Word. It has been every day just a desire to get on my knees or to pray or get in my Bible or something. He has dramatically changed my life. My dad put me in jail twice. I didn't see my son for almost 2 years when he was about 3 or 4 years old. This started when I was 15 years old. I'm 33 years old now. When I was 15, I took 3 hits of ecstasy and smoked marijuana all on the same day. And from there on, I was tortured. I just could not go a day without something, I went through drinking, went through smoking stuff, went through everything you could possibly imagine. And I guess what I want to stand up here and tell you today is that there's probably, I'm guarantee you, that there is not one family member out here who doesn't have somebody in their family who's being affected by addiction one way or the other. The first thing they have to do is just realize that they're powerless to it, because they are. They can't control it no matter what they say. Bethel Colony, through the saving power of Jesus Christ, has absolutely 100% changed my life. I get more help now than I've gotten in 10 years from my family. They send me more help here, more blessings and stuff. They talk to me now. I'm off their block list on their phones. So I chased my mom out of the house. She wouldn't be around me. She'd go hide from me and stay somewhere where I couldn't find her. You know what I mean? Because she could not stand to be around me. So Jesus Christ is truly amazing. When you submit and surrender your life to Him, when you give it all to Him, put it under the blood, He will redeem you from the ashes and bring you from a life of destruction into a life of glory that you can live with Him. And I just praise Jesus Christ every day. And I want to repay Him back for everything He's doing in my life, because I know that it's not done yet. I'm not who I was yesterday, but I'm not who I'm going to be, in the future either. I know this. He's got plans, and I'm starting to seek His will more than my own will. I hope that it stays like that. I know we're kind of in a bubble at Bethel, but His power, I know it goes with me everywhere I go, and He'll be with me. He will not leave me nor forsake me. And I stand on 2 Corinthians 5:17 because I've experienced it myself. There is hope out there for anyone who's lost, guys.
Amen.
If you're in Christ Jesus, it says the old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. And it's a great passage that I love to read. And I'm thanking y'all for having us here. And if you know anyone out there, my heart goes out to the mom earlier, because I was right there. And I know there's several guys in this audience out here who've already been there, and by the grace of God, they made it back. And they're going to start a new life right now, a life in Christ. And I just thank y'all every day. And if you want to send somebody to Bethel Colony, just make the phone call. So I love everybody, and I thank y'all for letting me share.